Hi everyone! Today in this video I'm going to talk about our climbing roses and how we are going to prepare those climbing roses to go into the fall, to meet this time of dormancy. This video is for Sunshine Lee. She was worried about all these long, out-of-control shoots which her climbing rose was producing on top of its growth. So shoots were not coming out from the base, which are called main stems, but those long unruly shoots were coming out on top of the long stems. And I'm going to address that topic too today. So here I am. I'm standing near my climbing rose. This rose is 7-8 years old, the generous gardener, and I just trimmed it heavily. Here's a link what I did to this rose. This rose needed it because it was getting too top heavy, and I needed to take that heaviness off to let this rose go into the fall and winter not so top heavy, because it can sustain some damage from wind and snow and rain during the winter season. So right now we have September, and in our zone we live in northeast. This is what we do, how we prepare our climbing roses to go into fall. By this time you should stop deadheading if you live where I live in this part of America, because when you let rose create hips, it tells rose that the season of dormancy is coming. Basically, rose starts to redirect all its energy into creating of rose hips, and I will show you where the rose hip is here. Well, it's too far. You see right there are rose hips. I'm not going to deadhead them anymore, because I want this rose to understand that the cold weather is coming, and the rose has to prepare for the season of dormancy. I'm not doing any mulching right now. I'm not doing any covering of the bottom part of the rose because it's still too early. Now I want you to understand that it's very important not to deadhead your rose into late fall, because that's what happened. Your rose understands that, okay, I need to create a seed for next year, right? Roses wants to create the next generation, so they will go to far and deep to create the rose hips. And in order to do that, when you cut the rose, when you cut the the bloom, rose gets a point. The rose starts to create a new shoot, and on that shoot the rose will create a rose. But then what happens? Cold weather comes, and the several severe frosts will destroy that tender growth before it has a chance to harden up. So by this time, I'm not going to do any trimming on this rose whatsoever. I will be letting this rose create hips. I will not deadhead it, and rose will slowly stop blooming. Maybe this would be its last blossoming flower for this year, and we will wait for next year to have a beautiful blossom from this climber again. Now, a lot of us, including me several years, I was just perplexed. This rose will create these long arching shoots coming from the top, and they were lateral shoots, and they were just shooting everywhere. And I was thinking to myself, what in the world am I going to do with this thing? Do I trim them? Do I tie them in? What do I do with them? So, two things for the beginning gardening rosarians. We have to understand that there are two types of canes which our climbing rose creates. The main stem and lateral stems. So the main stem begins from the bottom, like look at this big boy. He began all the way from the bottom. He's very strong, he's very healthy, green, and usually he doesn't create any flowers whatsoever. He goes all the way to the top very fast. This is the main stem, and if you bend it down and let it grow horizontally, next year the lateral stems will start growing from every little up-facing buds, and they will create a rose. So these stems, lateral stems, during summer can get really long, and in this video you will see how I'm trimming all those long stems. So there are two things I do with those long stems. If I don't want to keep them, don't even think about it. If you don't want that long stem, just trim it 4 or 5 leaflets like this, 3 or 4 or 5 leaflets from the main stem, and leave it there and keep trimming it to keep rose in a nice pleasant shape for you. Now, sometimes, like look at this situation here. You see this main stem here? The birds damaged the second part of the stem. And instead of just getting rid of this beautiful, healthy stem going all the way to the base of the plant, I took this stem off and I created the continuation of the stem with the help of lateral shoots. So I treated this lateral shoot, long one, it went all the way around there. I treated it as a continuation of the stem, of the main stem. And this lateral shoot will will continue the show and it will keep living. So this is another thing you can do with those long shoots. If you want, for whatever reason, the top of your healthy main stem is damaged, you can substitute it and cut it at the point of damage and continue a beautiful, beautiful climbing stem further on with the help of lateral stem. So these are two things, either, and don't feel bad that you have to cut these long trailing shoots. Ideally, we trim them on a regular basis through the summer. I was a little bit delayed with it, so I had to take a lot of things down because I had some dead stems here. So basically half of this rose went down. If you have your climbing rose and it's a young one, for several years you don't need to trim it or to cut long stems or do nothing with it. You just deadhead it, you cut away dead wood, but let your rose develop its root system, develop healthy, strong stems. And only when rose starts to get a little congested, a little bit too busy, a lot of stuff is going on in this area here, you can take several old stems out, one or two eventually. I suspect that this stem, this big old one, can be gone by next spring. So it's okay, I have too many stems here to begin with. So make sure when you are letting your rose go into the fall, and your rose is very top heavy, you have to take some of that growth down. Make sure you don't do it too late in the fall, because you don't want new foliage to appear too late and meet the frost, and frost will kill that new foliage. And don't worry if you didn't do enough of pruning, because all this will overwinter. And guess what? In spring, this rose is going to go through severe pruning of all these shoots here. You would be surprised, it would be just a little skeleton of a rose. But then it gets all the vigor and energy to go into spring with these beautiful, magnificent blooms. And every year I think to myself, gosh, what am I doing to this rose? And then I look several months later and I see these gorgeous blooms. And I get more and more confident that I can take a knife to this rose and this rose will respond well. So I hope it was a little help for everyone who has beautiful climbers growing in their gardens. We will know what to do with our roses if you live in Northeast. This is a schedule of what to do in the fall with your climbing rose in Northeast. Happy gardening, and I will see you next time.